Shots are fired on a New York City subway, the Minglewood Elementary case continues, and the search for a missing student comes to an end. We'll be having all that and more on APSU-TV News. Welcome back to another episode of your APSU-TV News. I'm Breanna Franklin. An intense search has come to an end as the body of a University of Missouri student was recovered from the Cumberland River in West Nashville this morning. Metro Police say Riley Schrain's remains were found about 8 miles away from downtown Nashville. Metro Police say Schrain vanished on the night of March 8th. Investigators say an autopsy will be performed. There's no indication of foul play. Schrain was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway after the bar reports he had 1 alcoholic drink and 2 waters. 2 TikTok influencers found Schrain's bank card between Gay Street and the Cumberland River on March 17th and turned the card over to police. Schrain was considered missing and a search was being conducted, but as of this morning, a body was found in the Cumberland River. After investigation, it was confirmed to be Schrain. No charges will be fired in a shooting on a New York City subway. Police say the gunshots happened Thursday, March 14th, shortly before 5 in the evening. 2 men, both in their 30s, got into a fight. 1 man pulled a gun and shot the other in the head. CNN reports Brooklyn's district attorney will not pursue charges against the gunman, citing self-defense. A video of the incident reportedly shows punches being thrown when one of the men removed the gun from his jacket. Passengers ran to the opposite side of the vehicle, some saying stop or get down. The Tennessee Department of Children's Services has finished a second investigation into accusations that a Minglewood Elementary School teacher yelled at a special needs student and pulled the child's hair. Clarksville Now reports that Stacey Williams has been relocated after DCS officials looked into the allegations about Williams, and the 4-year-old student. State officials from DCS said in a statement to Clarksville Now that based on the evidence, Williams is identified as a, quote, substantiated as a pre-predator of child abuse or child neglect, end quote. The Clarksville-Montgomery County system has placed Williams on an alternative worksite status. Stay tuned after the commercial break to find out what's happening in the political corner.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
Hey everyone, I'm Jazmin Logan, and welcome back to the Political Corner. Some Israelis have a vision of post-war Gaza that would have been unthinkable before the October 7th Hamas attacks. A Gaza without Palestinians. Any such land grab would of course be illegal under international law, not to mention impractical, and would spark global outrage. CNN's chief international correspondent, Clarissa Ward, reports.
Clear is that Weiss's views, traditionally seen as extreme in Israel, have become more popular since October 7th. In late January, jubilant crowds packed an auditorium in Jerusalem for the Victory of Israel Conference, calling for the resettlement of Gaza. A poll that month from the Jewish People Policy Institute found that 26% of Israelis advocate the reconstruction of the Gush Katif settlements after the war is over. Among supporters of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's right-wing coalition government, that number jumps to 51%. Several ministers were present at the conference, including far-right Heritage Minister Amihai Eliyahu. In a rare interview with Western media, he tells us his political decisions are guided by the Torah. Is there anything about Gush Katif in here?
Yes. Yes.
And that settlements in Gaza are needed to prevent another October 7th.
The language of the land says that wherever there is a Jewish settlement, there will be more security. Doesn't mean there will be absolute security, but there will be more security.
Why would you advocate for something that many would say is illegal, is immoral, is not supported by the majority of Israelis, and is also very harmful to Israel in terms of its international standing?
Why do you think it's immoral to take land from someone who wants to kill me? Why is it immoral to take my land, which my ancestors lived there, which I've even given up, to someone who slaughters, rapes, and murders me? What is more immoral than that?
Netanyahu has called resettling Gaza, quote, an unrealistic goal, and most Israelis agree. But that hasn't stopped scores of IDF soldiers fighting there from posting videos calling for a return to Gush Katif. For many supporters of the settler movement, what was once a distant fantasy is now a fervent dream. Clarissa Ward, CNN, the occupied West Bank.
Two countries, hundreds of miles from each other, are facing the same crisis: not enough food. Citizens in both Gaza and Haiti are suffering from major food shortages and are at risk of famine. More than 1 million people in Gaza and Haiti are struggling to access food due to their circumstances. Gaza's lack of food is a result of the ongoing Israel-Hamas war, while Haiti's is a result of criminal gangs attacking important government sites. However, both areas have been living with mass hunger and starvation long before these conflicts. The people most vulnerable to these conditions include those with health conditions, the elderly, pregnant and breastfeeding women, and young children. If these situations continue to worsen, a famine could be declared by the UN, calling more attention to the issue. A woman running for president of a West African country is working to advance gender equality. Anta Babacar Goum is currently the only female presidential candidate in Senegal. She plans to help with the country's financial struggles by creating jobs as well as a bank for women to facilitate their financial freedom. Goum is not expected to be a frontrunner as a presidential candidate, but this is still the first time in many years that a female candidate has made it through to the election. This alone is a demonstration of great progress, and it's giving many Senegalese citizens hope for the future of their government. By this time tomorrow, parts of the federal government could be shut down. Lawmakers are rushing to make a budget deadline tonight, but they could miss it. Amy Kiley reports on what that would mean for Americans.
This is what Washington has devolved into.
In mere hours, these federal departments and other agencies could shut down. A plan to keep them open appears to have enough support to pass.
I'm predisposed. We want to keep the government funded.
The question is, when will the legislation be enacted? And the answer determines how this process could affect Americans.
There's a sentiment to try, for a number of reasons, personal and political, to get the job done before midnight.
Scenario 1, on time. This might come down to the Senate, where a single senator can slow a bill's passage.
There needs to be amendments. You know that's going to happen.
Scenario 2, a few hours late. Approved legislation doesn't just land on President Joe Biden's desk. Clerks need time to prepare it. Earlier this month, Biden signed a budget package hours after the deadline, and it made no real difference. Scenario 3, a day or two late.
It'll probably end up they're going to try to push it to Saturday or Sunday, and they'll work a deal.
That would affect federal employees in unfunded departments who work weekends. Most essential ones would have to work without pay. Scenario 4, even longer. Weekday scenarios have a greater effect on federal workers, access to services, the U.S. economy, and average Americans.
No one practical wants a government shutdown, so I hope we will avoid it.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, that's all I have for you today here in the Political Corner. We'll be right back after this with the weather.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Thanks for sticking with us for the weather. I'm Michael Dangerfield. Looking at our current national temps, on the right we have Seattle at 53, Denver at 53, Los Angeles at 64, and New York 42, and Atlanta at 58. Looking at today's highs, we have Clarksville and Nashville kind of sitting at the same place at 72 to 73, Memphis all the way at 63, and then Knoxville and Chattanooga at 70 and 67. For today's lows, once more we're looking at Clarksville, 50 and 47 in Nashville, 44 in Memphis, and then 52 in Knoxville and Chattanooga. For the current temperatures, we have 70 with a little bit of chance of rain, and then some wind speeds. And then for tonight, we have 43 and a little bit more rain too. So just bring that umbrella. For the 5-day forecast, we have Friday and Saturday kind of sitting at highs of 73 and 60, and the lows at 43 and 34, kind of switched. Sunday and Monday, we have 67 and 50, and 67 once again on Monday, and 53 for the low. Tuesday, we'll have 61 for the high, and low is 36. But that's all we have for the weather today, for your local and national. APSU will be right back after this with your campus sports.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
College life can be challenging, but everyone at Austin Peay should have access to success no matter what the obstacles. Whether it's workshops, support, or just someone to talk to, the Student Disability Resource Center is there to help students overcome their challenges and experience college life to the fullest. Don't go it alone. The Student Disability Resource Center is there to help you. You'll find the center in room 114 in the Morgan UC, or call them at 221-7777. 221-7777. A campus reminder from APSU-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back, Govs, to all things APSU sports. I will bring you all the highlights from our campus. It's been a busy week for sports here in Stashville. Our own men's basketball team hosted the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, and even though our Govs put in the work, the A&M Bulldogs pulled out with a win, with them scoring 81 points to APSU's 71. It was a great season for both of our men's and ladies Govs basketball teams, and I'm excited to see what next season holds. Moving on to baseball, the men's are hosting the beginning proportion of the ASUN Conference games here at APSU. The Governors host Queens University, led by former assistant coach Jake Hendrick, in a 3-game series that is scheduled to start with a 1 p.m. Friday game at Joe Maynard Field at Raymond C. Hand Park. The Govs and Royals continue the series with a 2 p.m. Saturday game, followed by a 1 p.m. Sunday game. Come out and watch our Govs knock it out of the park. And lastly, we can't forget about our Lady Govs softball team, who are also playing this weekend in Atlantic Suns Conference play. They host defending conference champion Central Arkansas at Kathy Maynard Park, Sherald Holt Field for a 3-game conference series. That's all we have for this week's sports here in Stashville. Just reminded to go out and support your Govs. Here, have a great weekend, and I'm Michael Dangerfield saying, let's go Peay.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back for something to fill your heart or your calendar. Leslie Morano is a finance major here at Austin Peay State University who is pursuing her dream in a career of banking despite the challenges she faces as not only a first-generation college student, but also recently experiencing the effects of the tornado back in December. Being a first-generation college student, Morano has had challenges such as paying for college herself and trying to figure out the application process without her parents' guidance. According to Brian Dunn, Leslie Morano's main motivation is her wish to build a better life for both her and her family. Have some fun on the ice this spring. Go out and support your Govs ice hockey team on April 5th at 7 in the evening. Be sure to wear all white for the whiteout game. If you can't make it that day, there's another game on April 6th at 2 in the afternoon. Both games will be held at the F&M Bank Arena. Tickets are $5 per person, and Govs ice hockey merchandise will be sold at the game. Be sure to follow Govs Hockey on Instagram at APSU_Govs Hockey. That's all the time we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU-TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thank you for watching your APSU-TV News Update. We'll be back next time, and as always, let's go Peay.